Hello, welcome back to the Postal Butters channel. This will now be the fourth part in our German stamp bag, which came from bag 1 of my Goodwill haul. We've done 3 videos before this. It's been great. There's been very little duplication. I expect it to remain that way. Let's see what we have. I see some French zones off the top. I see a field post. I will mention that I believe in the previous video I found a field post that I didn't recognize. I thought was small, and actually it's according to the catalog, it's actually the 4 of 4 field post stamps, and somehow I had never noticed it before, so I didn't have it, which is wonderful. To know that I do now just surprised me that I had never seen it before. Not even in the catalog. It was on a separate page in the catalog, and I passed by it many times and hadn't seen it. That's probably enough, but I'm getting greedy here. Let's see. I'm going to grab this last pinch. I think I have another field post in here. In fact, as an example, the one I was just talking about, the one I found in the last video was this same design but smaller and in like a blue or blue-green color. So let's start off with this field post stamp right here. And I think this is the other field post. Yep. Here's another field post stamp. Again, there's only, as far as I know, 4 field post stamps available, and now we're sitting on 3 across the 2 videos. So pretty good. I think the other one might have an airplane on it. I'm not sure. Oh, and look at that. Speak of the devil. Here is that other field post stamp I just mentioned. So now we found all 4 of the field post stamps from German Empire. And let's see, we saw some of this series in the last set. Sure, we didn't complete it though. And here is a later, there's 2 series of these, but the last couple series, I think, of Dienstmarke official stamps, just out of habit, since we did it before. I will start them down this side. Let's flip these over and see what we see. Oh, some more official stamps. These nice used ones. Can't wait to look those up. And here we have a Hitler head with the Ukraine overprint. So this is going to be German occupation of Ukraine during World War II. Here's another used official. Great cancel on that one. I'll stack those. There's a 20 official. And here's another official, a 30 in this case. Looks like quite a few officials. I think this stack's going to all be officials. This is the one I went after and said I was getting greedy, because I kind of knew what it was. And I like officials. Look at that. That is so crisp and clean, that 15. In fact, it's so nice I'm going to put it back up at the top. Here's another one. They appear to be the same. There's some of the early designs. There's a difference between some have 21 in the corner and others don't. I don't think I've seen any with a 21 here yet. A 60, a 3 mark, nice used ones, a 10 mark mint. Curious about this one on yellow paper or straw color paper. Oh yeah, the 5, I forgot about that one. 5 mark. So I think 3 versions of that one you have to look out for. Here's a 10 used. I will stack it to save on space. I have 2 here. A 100,000 over 15, still an official stamp though, and a 100 mark, and I think I can squeeze one more down here if I move those up, if I get another one. I think we're on to something different for the moment though. This isn't even a German stamp. This looks Greek to me, most likely, so I'll set this aside. I believe this is going to be one of the post-war zones. Deutsche Post. Here we have West Germany. Sorry, East Germany. East Germany. BDR. No, West. I was right with West. I'm getting my East and West confused. I'm sorry. I knew which part of Germany it was. I just got my compass points messed up. And then here's a Berlin. State of Berlin. This is going to be not post-war Berlin, but Soviet-occupied, I guess, Berlin. And here's another one. There's only, I'm going to guess a dozen. I don't have an exact number, but only a dozen or so of these stamps from this zone. Here's some French zone stamps. I think we've had one or two in the other videos. As I mentioned, one of them is quite rare to the point where I don't have it yet. So we have a mint and a used 24. We have a mint 12. I'm not going to get these in order. A mint 30. I actually find these very attractive. For the most part, though, minimal, if any, catalog value. Except for that rare one, which is green. And there's, I think I said in a previous video, there's two of each one of these designs, different denominations. There's Allied Zone. Here we have, this is part of the Composer series again. We'll see how many more of these I have to see whether it warrants its own column, but we'll start with one. Here's part of that series. But you can see the network cancel where the, or watermark where the most likely red envelope bled into it when soaked. Now I say that, but it's also a very pink stamp, so maybe it's dye from the stamp, I'm not sure. I just assumed before I turned it over. Let's see, that is that set there. I'm going to, let's see, start this in its own, where's this? This might be part of that set, I'm not sure. Okay, here we have more of this set we saw in the last video. A 5 and a 10. Some more officials. 400 over 15, similar to the 100 over 15. Push that up too, so there's room for even one more, I think. Good. And I will use that room for this one. An 800,000 over 30, I believe. And a 1 million over 75 mark. That is a beautiful stamp. Really nice. And it's time to start a third row. 5 million over 100. And this one appears to be in a crystal mount, I believe is the brand of mount. And I'll have to look it up to see whether it's in there for a good cause. Maybe it's a little more rare. We'll take a look, or maybe it's just coincidence. Here's another official. Interesting cancel there as well. Pretty heavily obliterated. Here's another one of the two Swastika series ones. From this cancel is Dublin. I wonder where that is. I've been to Germany a couple times for work. Another one of the numeral and oval. And here's some of the Allied Zone ones. I really like this design as well. We saw one of the large sized ones in, I believe, the previous video, but then never got any more. Looks like we have at least 3 here. We'll see how we do. Now, I'm excited. I was mentioning, well, I'll keep it to myself for a second until we're done with this pile. 24, 12, and a 1. Let me move those. Now, I was excited to see this. It's probably going to be a 1, because this is the low. Yep, it is the 1. So this is the design I said where there's a high value one as well, which I believe is a 10 franc as opposed to this 1 franc. But it'll be the same design, different value. So the day I pull one of those out, I will be happy. And to me, high value is anything really over $1 or $2. And then there's the ultra high value, which I guess we all hope to find someday. And this is going to be West Germany as well, I believe. Again, I mentioned in the previous time we saw one of these. If it says Berlin there, then it's the Berlin series. It's exactly the same looking otherwise. This right here is DDR, or East Germany. So let's pick a column here. I'll leave a little bit of room in case we get more of the officials. There's another French zone, and yet another French zone. Let's see, this one is the same as this, but mint in this case. Another official. Here's another post-war, from the post-war zone. I'm going to put this in that line because they are similar, at least, I believe, from the same area. Another official. Nice old one here. Get it right way around. Reich Post 3 Fenning. I'm going to start bottom corner here, only because I don't know what I'm going to end up with, so. And another Dienstmarke. Again, look, out of this group, very little duplication, and when I have had duplication, it's been mint and used except for this one pair here. And as I speak, and then I've got what appears to be a duplication, but there are two different issues of these. And actually, even within the issues, there's a couple different... actually, no, I'm confusing these with something else for the design, but there are, I believe, two different issues of these. That is a beautiful mint 84 Fenning that belongs in this pile. And we're going to have a series of these building ones now, so 60, 50, different 50. That same 50 again. Another French zone, this time 8. See how those two are the same, although the yellow is different, so that surprises me. Because neither one really look faded. So there's actually a color registration error on this one as well. You see at the top of the shield, the fill is low, and of course at the bottom it falls below the line. It's probably minor enough to not be interesting to most people, but collectors of German stamps can be have a very high attention to detail, let's put it that way. So they may differ in opinion over minor shifts like that and find it more interesting than other people. I find any little bit interesting, so I'll go down any rabbit hole you put in front of me. Let's see, so we have Johann Peter Heibel, and this is a French zone stamp as well, but not part of the same series, so it's part of the Baden, so there's Baden, Württemberg, and Rhineland-Pfalz sets of stamps. So this belongs in that area. I don't think Feldpost is going to get any longer, so I'm going to reutilize that area. And here we have another DDR stamp, East Germany. Put that one there. Looks like a few more of these buildings from the Allied zone. 40, 30s, that is for now. I can squeeze one more in if I try. Let's see, a 30 here, just show it up there, and another 30. I think we started this one somewhere. Yeah, here we go, West Germany. There's a nice one. Nice 25 Fenning. Reich Post. This one looks like it's got some salvage. I'm going to gently fold it open. I like it. Too bad we don't have more of the circular date stamp. Very nice. That's going to be West Germany as well. And let's see. Here's West Germany. Part of a series on these. I'm going to look on the back to see if it has a control number, but it doesn't. And this one actually looks like it's a thin. Oops, I'm holding it up to the camera instead of the light. Can't tell if it's a thin or just has an envelope on the back still. Another West Germany. I can't remember if these get the numbers on the back or not. I do believe these do, though. No number. No number. Let's see. And 25. Now we're into these fancy looking ones. I'm so glad they're not stuck together. Did I speak too soon? No, I did not. These have been great quality, no humidity. So what I'm noticing here on this stamp is that we have an overprint date. At least I assume it's an overprint date because it doesn't really match the ink of the rest of the stamp of 19th of October, 1942. And we have actually seen this stamp without that in a previous part of this bag. So let's see, I'll start this one here. And then here we have a wonderful person on horseback, which we've seen a stamp like that in a previous issue. And this one relates as well, but this one actually has that same overprint. So we'll have to look up and see what happened on the 19th of October, 42. I'll be embarrassed if it's something I should know from memory. Let's see, another one of these Allied zones. I mentioned in a previous video that these were printed by Germany, England, and the United States, and there's key indicators to look for to differentiate them. I'll only mention it again in case you didn't see that yet. Here is, I believe this is going to be Soviet zone as well. Hold on, I don't know where we have that anymore, so I'll just put them anywhere at this point. And I believe the same is true for this one. These are beautiful, fairly common, but really, really bold stamps. I will tell you, you get those too humid or too dry, and they're going to curl right up on you. They really love to curl. I think we have a little more room here, so I'm going to grab a few, just because we are not making, I mean, you can see we've only made it halfway through the bag, and we're on the 4th video. So a few more stamps. I'll probably work right from the bag, if you can all bear with me. And I see that we have this one that matches that series, and 16 that matches this series. I'll move this one maybe over with those. I'll try to get a few more from the series we already have here. 24 of this series. Do we have that out? We do. 50 from that series. As well as a 60. I see another official, since we have more room in our official corridor over there. And another official. We've seen this one before, I believe. Yep, the 12. A couple there. Now up here we have a 30. So I said the 6 here, a 6 in a different color. I'm pulling out a couple here. Okay, let's see what I've managed to pull out. So we have an 8 in a light orange, an 8 in a dark, dark blue, almost black, but I think there's blue in there, not just black. A 15 in orange, I'll put that about there. A 2, and this one is black. 4 in brown. A 5 in a nice deep blue. And we have this Dienstmarke over Eagle, 10 Pfennig used, and a 20 of that design. And it is a little different, right? We have a different border color. I might not have noticed some of those distinctions in the past. Move these out of the way. Now this one is the same design as what we have over here, but you'll notice that we have a 30th of June 1930, so another special event there. And here's another one from the same series without the overprint. And we've seen this worker series from the earlier German stamps. I would say that's probably late teens, maybe 20. And another one from the same series. and this series was around the same time. And then we found another Germania here. Again, we're getting into stuff that's slightly older than the rest of this. And another Dienstmarke, 500 mark. And then a Württemberg to go with our Baden over here. So French Württemberg, French Baden. I think that's enough for part 4. I think there's probably going to be at least 3 or 4 more parts. So, bear with me. Hopefully I haven't bored you to death yet. I'm certainly excited to see these stamps. While I've seen most of these before, because I have a pretty strong German collection, I think there's still a few treasures to find here for me. And I always love digging in and attributing them. And I will have months of work ahead of me just on this bag. So thanks again for watching.